Right, so I'm Todd Trautz. I'm the Chief Innovation and Solutions Officer here at Maru. I've been with the company for just over 5 years this month, and my background really is in brand and brand development, brand communications, with a strong, leaning into the behavioral sciences. And my role at Maru, my remit is to bring the behavioral sciences, System 1 tools and solutions into our products and solutions to really bring to life our philosophy of human decision making, that we feel, then we behave, and lastly, we think. And that the most important part of consumer insights is understanding how and why consumers make the decisions that they do. Stated attitudes only take us so far. What are the emotions that drive those decisions? And then how do we measure them? How do we passively capture something as intangible as emotions? And really, that's been my role here in developing that ability to be able to look at consumers through those three lenses of feel, behave, think. AI is doing is it's just taking that library of knowledge and generating, a quality survey draft in a few seconds. And but we still have to have people to go through. Does it make sense? Because AI and machine learning doesn't understand human bias and how we think, right? It puts things together in what is logical order according to how the neural network has been trained. And so we see here at Maru, we were already using AI for unstructured data. It's replaced, traditional coding, the ability to code vast amounts of unstructured data in a few seconds. We had built a few years ago topic modeling, so the ability to look at unstructured data by using AI and understanding and seeing patterns that humans can't see because we have biases. And so that's really kind of the juxtaposition between the advantage of AI and where you still need human intervention, or you still need, market research eyes, is the human bias. How do you capture that human bias? How does human bias come into play with decision making? And really, that's part of our philosophy, feel, behave, think philosophy, is really understanding the emotional component, right? The part, or the human bias, or the emotions that really drive decisions. And I think we see that, there has been more adoption, and it's become much more mainstream. We see it in RFPs now, the requirement of cognitive or behavioral sciences, right? Where really that's, our niche or our unique selling proposition is, the brands and research industry have increasingly recognized the importance of emotion and its role in human decision making, right? We've moved away from trying to find patterns amongst attitudes to really understanding the how and why consumers make the decisions that they make. So when you think about, the role of behavioral science, the role of the cognitive sciences, and where AI plays a role, is AI is that, churning through lots of data, pattern finding, being able to assemble components. But the behavioral science piece is still understanding the how and why. Why do humans make the decisions that they make? And human decision making has moved more to the forefront within our industry. And I really think, the consumer insights as an industry has been catching up, right, with what brand and creative marketers have known all along, right? Brand marketers and creative marketers have known for a very long time that it's not what you say, but how you make the consumer feel at that point of purchase, or how you build brand equity. And I think consumer insights is now starting to catch up with how marketing has been thinking about brands for quite some time. if I was 20 years old again, I would read everything and be as involved with AI as possible. And I'm already trying to embrace it and get as deep into it as possible, because it's a technological change that is going to have a resounding impact across everything that we do. It's a moment in time, like the development of the internet. Like, I remember when there was no internet, and now there is, right? And it's going to be that same type of momentum change where AI is going to take on a lot of the mundane roles. And so in our industry, learn as much as you can. How can I use LLMs and AI to take something that is repetitive, something where I'm looking for patterns? How can I get to the point where I have the information in front of me, and now I need to apply the human lens, right? That's going to be our role, applying the human lens. So learn as much as possible about AI and AI technology. And then the other component is, because we're adding that human lens, entrench yourself in the cognitive sciences to understand, what drives human decision making, understand the emotional component, understand what the top biases are. And then, if you think about a particular category, how do those biases come into play? How does the consumer make the decision? What I've been researching recently has been the application, or the potential application, of training AI models to replace respondents. So do we actually have to talk to people to get consumer insight data? And it's really intriguing in some of the work that I've been looking at, we have all of this behavioral data. And if we get a small pool or a seed of attitudes, we can actually create artificial respondents and provide, a data set from artificial respondents. So when you think about, where's the weakest link in trying to understand human behavior, it's really the humans. And so if we can, in using the AI technology for an artificial respondent that's trained off of human behavior, do we actually need to talk to people anymore? And can we just look at what they do and then understand backwards from that how they think? And then it still would be up to us as consumer insights people to understand the how and the why. What are the emotions or the biases? So that's what I've been digging into recently. It's quite fascinating to think that at some point, maybe we don't need to actually talk to people to understand why people buy what they buy.